for D.L. Hughley to sit here, a black man, right, and say, oh, man, you should just allow your family to be broke up. No. You should allow your kids to be in a household without their father, right? I don't know. I think he's, what you call it? He's Illuminati.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Bitch, that's our shit too. Stop motherfucker playing, talking about who motherfucker took what, bitch. So all you do is steal motherfucking crabs. Oh, y'all a bunch of criminals, what? Gangsters, wanksters, studio flunkies, junkies, monkeys, stupid ass backbiters, back pinchers. Oh yeah, get off me, bitch. Get off. I'm stepping on crabs. What? Google me hard. Alright, let's go. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you like, you gonna respect the dog.
Get over here!
It wasn't a point, like, when I found out my father wasn't my real father. There's two things. Like,
wait. I don't know this part of the story.
I found out my father wasn't my real father, right?
So your father was actually your stepdad?
Hughley's my stepdad, right?
Okay.
And
your real name, your last name's actually...
Steve Ballard.
Who? Your real name, your last name's actually...
Steve Ballard.
They say, Marvin Kinsey. It's me.
Who?
It's sure they say, Marvin Kinsey. It's me.
Okay.
But I never knew that. So, like, I was with my father from the time I was born. I was born to my father. But he wasn't my father, right? So...
Okay. So your mom started dating your stepdad while she was pregnant?
My mom, yeah. My mother left my father
while she was pregnant.
While she was pregnant with me, yeah.
Nasty bitch.
And
hey, man, it takes a strong man to take on a woman pregnant with another man's child. So
it's super sneaky, mildly an inconvenience. Yeah, sounds like it. Actually, it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really?
Oh, so shout out to your father. And he was with your mother, like, you know.
Man, let me tell you. And so.
Bravo.
When I found out about it.
Simp.
Shame. Because everybody thinks that you should know shit.
No.
And I was like, I could have not known this. That's why they want my ass dead, because I'm not going to sit here and play with you.
Guy, right?
Yes, black guy. I mean, if it's one guy, I wanted to know.
I'm with the guy. I'll be like, wait a minute.
Come get me now.
Son of a bitch!
But I was angry because people, the two things when it comes to my father, that people listened and gave me information that I wasn't, that I was like, I could have went my whole life without knowing. We could have just been lying to each other. I'd have been cool. I didn't need that information. I remember when my father was dying. I don't know if I talked to you.
Your real father, or
my Hughley was dying.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we were talking during that.
I was so mad at my wife and my daughters because they were like, he would want you to be there, and when I saw my father, he didn't want me to be there. He didn't. He was like, because you have an idea of your father that you never. An idea of your father will sustain you. The idea of your father will sustain you through your life. Because you see this figure. It's almost mythic. But then you see your father weak and sick and hurt and struggling to breathe. I was so mad because when I saw him, he saw me and it was like, I don't want you here and you don't want to be here. And I was ashamed, and I listened to them. And it's one of the reasons that you got to form your own mind, because the images that women have, you knew I was there to comfort. I don't have that anymore. Now all I have is the image that you told me will comfort me, and it doesn't.
So, did you meet your real father?
Yeah. I met my real father right before I did mine. And I met my real father because my wife insisted that, because I was, So she's like, I gotta find out where this shit comes from. She meets my real father.
Okay.
Right 10 days before I did my 3rd or 4th HBO special.
Okay.
And he comes, then we go to the airport to pick him up. And he comes down and he looks just like me.
Really?
And he was, and my kids fucking sellouts was jumping all over him. And my kids fucking sellouts was fucking happy and shit.
Fucking sellouts.
these fucking sellouts. So then we go home, and I was on the Hughley's then.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine me and your father when you're doing a show with your other father's name. So I came home from work, and they were all in the pool, and he was cooking, and they were like they fucking, because to them, they saw a dude that looked like me. So it was the best shit in the world to them. And I came home, and I said, you have to go. And I said, get your stuff, you leave.
You kicked him out?
Yes. And I took him, I said, I never want to see you again.
Oh.
Because if I do, then I'm going to assume you're a man, and I'm going to treat you like you're trying to hurt me.
I'm moving my whole family on a block like this. Just so they can hate each other in the same neighborhood. Niggas, man. Niggas.
Niggas be trifling. I'm giving you the rap. So he leaves. Come to find out my wife has kept in contact with him the whole time. When he dies, my mother called me and said, your father died. And I go, oh my God. But it was Jerry Valley, it wasn't Charles Hughley. And I was like, why are you all upset?
What?
Come to find out she had a different relationship than she told me she did. So she had kept in contact with him all the time. So my whole basis was I thought he had done something crazy with my mother, but she had a relationship that I didn't. I thought he had done something crazy with my mother, but she had a relationship that I didn't.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Like, bro, like then everybody believed as soon as they said, I don't believe.
And I learned to just listen to my first mind because I felt like I was in the front to Charles Hughley. And it would the heart has capacity for love and understanding. And now I'm a man who's been in that situation where I've had, and if I had gotten a chance to meet my son, I'd have loved him.
Liar! So we already know D.L. Hughley's a fucking compulsive liar. But yeah, Mr. O, if I had a chance, I would love my son. No, you wouldn't. You had chances to love. You have a fucking dead son right now. You had a chance to get to know and meet him too. And just like what you did to your biological father, you did to that child.
You talked about before how you had a baby outside of your marriage.
Sure.
And the boyfriend of the mother ended up killing the child?
Sure. Shook it. You want to walk around here with your chest all out talking about you a real man. Because you foul. You a dirty motherfucker.
How old was this child?
9 months.
9 months old.
Yeah.
Wow. So were you had a relationship with the child and you were...
I was a scared kid.
Oh, the lie. There you go. The lie.
I was trying to keep it under wraps. I was hustling to pay.
Oh, so this was early on.
Yeah, it was early
okay.
on. And I was hustling to pay child support. And I remember she had come to me and said, if you don't put me on your life insurance, I'm going to tell your wife what happened. And I decided that I would have one great weekend with my family, and then that Sunday I would tell them what happened. Because I wasn't going to make that leap and put them on my life support, my life insurance and insurance.
We started bringing awareness while I was working with the LA Times. Then I started noticing that none of these kids had insurance. So then we started getting them and showing them how to get their victims of violent crime quickly, how to get the funeral paid for. We used T. Rogers, I told him Marvin, because a lot of people don't know in Los Angeles when you get murdered and got a tattoo or gang member, you can't get buried at the big 5 churches.
Wow.
No, you can't get buried there, and it's very hard to get buried when you're not a celebrity or something in Los Angeles because they want to charge you $17,000 for security and stuff like this. But no, it's very hard to get buried in Los Angeles. The churches won't do them.
So the coroner has to keep track, or who keeps track of what exactly constitutes a gang tattoo?
Police typically do that.
Police
criminal records?
And it's not actually a criminal record. You could just be an associate.
Right.
And it's just like in prison. If I kill you and the Aryan Brotherhood say, well, he wasn't Aryan Brotherhood, but he was white.
Right.
So that's all I got.
They're going to claim me?
Have the dead body. Right. And sometimes just being in a situation and a kid can be adjusted as his mother don't know anything about it, but now he's a gang member because he's dead.
Right.
You know, and people don't look at them the same.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you're caught up in a hell of a predicament, but I mean, when you're dead, you don't care what's going on, whether you get buried or not.
Right.
When it's my turn, y'all can keep me out long as you want.
Candy, oh Candy, suffice it to say that we are a very litigious society. When something happens, we want someone to pay. I agree with that sentiment oftentimes. I think that a lot of times people who have done incredibly irresponsible things get away with it. So I can understand the sentiment. You know, the best way to make people pay is to hit them in their pocket. But I am sad about any number of things, but I realize that we live in a society where you must take risks. At one point, I wanted to fly. I started taking flying lessons. You know what happened? Carmel, my insurance agent, went, nigga, now you know if something happened to you while you're flying, your family's not, we're not going to pay your insurance policy. Your family's not covered. I had to stop. Not that anybody would fly with me anyway. But there's an inherent risk that you assume with virtually everything you do. Now, if you go somewhere and some scaffolding is put up incorrectly, or a fire exit is closed, or there's not enough this or that, if there are not enough EMTs, if there are not enough security, you can't get an insurance to have that performed. My wife got mad at me because I got life insurance on me and I didn't get any of her. She said, you didn't get any life insurance on me. I said, well, baby, you don't work.
That's not right. What'll happen to you guys if something were to happen to me?
We're going to be sad. We ain't going to have to move and no shit like that.
So written by the Daily Gazette says here, I like Bernie Sanders a lot. He does come off more like an insurance salesman, said Hughley. He always talking about policy.
You're spending what? $20, maybe $30 a week on your cigarettes?
Yeah. 40.
53. $53 a week on cigarettes? Come on, would you give somebody that much money each week to kill you? Because that's what you're doing now. I think you're going to leave now. You want me to leave? Why? Because somebody's telling it like it is? Somebody's giving these fine people a wake-up call? No, you're loitering and I'm causing a disturbance. I'm a disturbance? You're a disturbance, pal. You know, here, now I am a customer. I'm going to buy some Hughley gum. All right, I'm a customer. Engage in a discussion with the other customers. That's right. Yeah, see, he's scared now because he sees the threat we present. He smells the change is coming. You can smell it. You definitely are the source in this area, and we're going to shut you down for good. For good, cancer virgin. Cancer virgin. Cancer virgin.
Leading this mob.
That guy.
Freeze. Let's see some credentials. Slowly. You're a Hughley's gum representative? And you're stirring up all this anti-smoking sentiment. To what? Sell more gum?
All right, welcome back. It's the dog. So, we got another one here. So, obviously, This video is going to be a lot longer, but obviously I'm getting hit with copyright strikes left and right. You know how Vlad the Jew, he don't want you to spew the beans, you know, to the, you know, retarded ass general public, you know. But anyways, you know, just like Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby, the Freemasons before him, you know, we got another industry plant Freemason. Just like Tiffany Haddish, both unfunny, unpopular, but, you know, they still get the white laugh, and, you know, that will get their ass in those Hollywood parties to get molested and for them to perform satanic rituals in front of you, up including, you know, murdering their friends and family, you know, and setting them up to get, you know, clapped out here in these streets. And, you know, be like, oh man, that was so bad and so sad. Meanwhile, they ass ain't never spent a day in prison, jail, nothing, even though they probably deserve it. Anyways, you know, that's neither here or there on this particular video, obviously, because you know, censorship. But, you know, if y'all really want to see me get down and tell y'all the truth about these clowns, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit like and share. But yeah, this is part 1. Make sure y'all follow me for part 2. We'll dive more into who the hell is DL, the devil Hughley. Yeah, it's the dog.